This episode is brought to you by Michigan Economic Development Corporation. In Michigan, you can have both a rewarding career and a quality lifestyle, with plentiful career opportunities in world-changing, innovating industries, from electric vehicles to clean energy to biotech, with room for advancement no matter where you are in your career. Plus, Michigan offers a welcoming, beautiful, affordable, and inclusive community for all. Live your best life. You can in Michigan. Visit themichiganlife.org.
This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1104, How to Balance Your Side Hustle and Avoid Burnout, by Michael Levitt of breakfastleadership.com. And I am Dan, I'm your host here, and welcome to a Monday edition of Optimal Work Daily, where I'll read to you from a great blog on entrepreneurship, and in this case, it's Michael Levitt of breakfastleadership.com. And I'm going to tell you all about that site right after I'm done with the reading. So let's get to it and optimize your life. How to Balance Your Side Hustle and Avoid Burnout, by Michael Levitt of breakfastleadership.com. In the society we live in today, with its frenetic pace and challenging economic conditions, having a full-time job while also working on the side has become an increasingly common choice for a way of life. It's a well-known reality that many people use their spare time to pursue passion projects that serve as crucial money streams. But how frequently do we pause to think about the gravity of the situation and the toll that it may take on our mental health if we continue to perform our dual responsibilities? Let's take a deep dive into the topic of understanding the phenomena of side hustle burnout, as well as the potential implications of it and the techniques that may be used to prevent it. The increasing prevalence of exhaustion caused by side jobs. As more and more people try to manage their regular employment with additional entrepreneurial activities, side hustle burnout is becoming an increasingly common problem. When striking this delicate balance, one of the significant obstacles individuals confront is effectively managing their time without sacrificing the quality of their pursuits. Others have trouble keeping up an active social life, juggling the duties of their families, or even just taking a moment to catch their breath amid all the chaos. When combined with high-pressure circumstances, this relentless routine frequently results in mental tiredness, or even worse, burnout. It is not enough to be exhausted. Burnout is a complete depletion of one's physical and emotional energies, and a feeling of disillusionment frequently accompanies it. Do you recognize yourself or someone you know in this description? If yes, continue listening. Taking into account the cost of exhaustion. Although side hustles can bring in some extra cash, they also carry the risk of leading to burnout, which can have substantial adverse effects on an individual's mental health and well-being in general. Burnout and chronic stress have been related to adverse health outcomes, including increased anxiety and depression, lowered immunological function, insomnia, and even heart disease. In addition, there is a significant negative impact on one's capacity to enjoy life and personal connections. So, how can we get around this problem? Ways to prevent and fight the effects of side job burnout. You're probably familiar with the proverb, "Prevention is better than cure." Implementing tactics that help prevent or lessen burnout from a side hustle before it occurs is of the utmost importance. Creating clear boundaries between work and personal time, delegating responsibilities when possible, creating realistic objectives, and keeping a healthy lifestyle that includes regular physical activity, proper diet, and appropriate rest are some of the things that could fall under this category. Mindfulness practice, which can assist in developing resilience and alleviating stress, is yet another helpful method. Mindfulness is a practice that involves bringing one's attention to the here and now, without allowing the strains of the past or the anxieties of the future to interfere with one's experience in the here and now. Are you on board with this? Finding a happy medium between your personal life and your side job. It is necessary to avoid burnout to balance your personal life and the side hustle you pursue. And no, it's not like finding a unicorn. It's possible and can be accomplished. It needs careful planning, an unmistakable grasp of your top goals, and the ability to answer no when the situation demands it confidently. Keep in mind that it's perfectly okay to give yourself a break, rest, and recharge your batteries occasionally. After all, you can't pour anything out of an empty cup, can you? The warning signs of mental and physical exhaustion. There are warning signs to look out for when you're on the road to burnout, just like when a car's engine begins to overheat. These can include feelings of alienation, persistent exhaustion, frequent illness, lower productivity, and changes in diet or sleep patterns, among other things. If any of these ring a bell, it's probably a good idea to take a step back and reevaluate the situation. The function of businesses and other organizations. Employers and organizations can play an important role when it comes to assisting employees who are also active in side hustles. Providing flexible working hours, encouraging a culture that values a healthy work-life balance, and access to mental health resources are all examples of this. After all, a content and healthy worker is a productive worker. Isn't that what they say? Employers can also encourage open discourse about the problems associated with juggling a side hustle and regular work, ultimately creating an environment that is understanding and helpful. Strategies for dealing with stress and methods of caring for oneself. Self-care is paramount when minimizing the adverse effects of the stress caused by a side hustle. This does not simply mean participating in a relaxing activity such as taking a bath or reading a book, although those are wonderful. In addition to that, it involves behaviors such as engaging in regular physical activity, getting a proper amount of sleep, eating balanced food, and maintaining social connections. Never underestimate the efficacy of having a hearty laugh or a meaningful conversation with a close buddy. The secret to sustainable hustle is setting goals and boundaries that align with reality. Establishing realistic goals and boundaries may appear unimportant, but believe me when I say that it's everything but. If you can define what is achievable clearly, you will be far less likely to overextend yourself and give in to burnout. You may protect your personal space and time with the assistance of boundaries, ensuring that your side hustle does not take over your entire existence. You could compare it to the difference between running a marathon and a sprint, couldn't you? Conclusion. To summarize everything, it can be said that in today's hyperactive economy, side hustle burnout is an increasing problem. However, being aware of the warning signals, being aware of the potential consequences, and taking preventative action are all things that can considerably help to lessen the impact of it. As we work toward striking a balance between our personal and professional lives, let's not forget to be compassionate towards ourselves and to put our health and well-being first. Because after all is said and done, isn't it the only thing that matters? You just listened to the post titled, How to Balance Your Side Hustle and Avoid Burnout by Michael Levitt of breakfastleadership.com. Your business was humming. Was. Now teams are buried in manual work, taking forever to close the books. Consider three numbers: 36,000, 25, 1. 36,000. That's the number of businesses which have upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system, streamlining accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, and more. 25. NetSuite turns 25 this year. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less. 1. Because your business is one of a kind, so you get a customized solution for all of your KPIs in one efficient system with one source of truth. NetSuite is giving you the power of having all your information in one place, helping you to make better, more driven decisions as a business owner. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist, designed to give you consistently excellent performance, absolutely free at netsuite.com/startup. That's netsuite.com/startup to get your own KPI checklist. netsuite.com/startup. Labor strikes. Climate change. Your failing office printer. What do they all have in common? Come on, it's all about the money. Economics is everywhere and everything, fueling our lives. If you're a fan of OWD and are curious to learn something new and exciting about economics every week, check out the Planet Money podcast from NPR. Planet Money is a different kind of world where the complex economy actually makes sense. Credit scores may sound complex, but Planet Money can give you simple tips so that you can make better financial decisions. A famous baseball player isn't just good at baseball, he also shows us how to be a better investor. The topics are virtually endless, and you'll get answers to questions like, will AI take over our jobs? Or is fancy vodka just fancy marketing? The Planet Money team lives to tell a good story in around 30 minutes. Tune in to Planet Money every week for entertaining stories and insights about how money shapes our world. Listen now to Planet Money from NPR, wherever you get your podcasts. And thank you to Michael, our burnout expert. Michael Levitt is the founder and chief burnout officer of the Breakfast Leadership Network, a San Diego and Toronto-based burnout media firm. He is a certified NLP and CBT therapist. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and CBT is Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. And he's one of the world's leading authorities in burnout recovery and prevention. He's also a Fortune 500 consultant, #1 best-selling author, and host of the Breakfast Leadership Show, a top 200 podcast on Apple Podcasts. Michael is a 2-time top 20 global thought leader on culture with Thinkers 360, and a former healthcare executive, CIO, and CFO overseeing $2 billion budgets. So come visit him online. You can find him at breakfastleadership.com, where you can learn a whole lot more. And again, a thank you to Michael for letting us share his work. Okay, that is going to do it for our Monday episode. Hope you enjoyed it and that you're having a great day out there. And I'll see you back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.